Those are the kinds of plays that you wait for when all the indicators are in your favor. And I sold it too soon twice, but then the third time my conservatism paid off. And each time I made like $3,000, then like $1,000, and then $1,000. No, so going to your question where CEI, let's pull up a chart here. This is the chart of CEI, right? Absolutely terrible. Show the chart. 100-day chart, gradually uptrending. It does have a few spikes, but there's a clear trend here, right? It's down. It did have a monster spike here where I know some shorts got squeezed from the 2s to the 9s, but it came down. So this morning when it was spiking again, I'm really just not that interested in it because look at how many failed spikes it's had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today was the 10th failed spike in just the past 100 days. Okay? So one of those, out of all the 10, one of these spikes, these squeezes kept going. So there's basically a 1 in 10 shot that this one is going to make it. That's not good. I don't want to partake in a strategy that works 1 out of 10 times.
You look at that, and is it E-Trade which is the chart you look for? Is it E-Trade or from
E-Trade, stocks trade, any wherever you use 100 days, it really has failed. Look, failed.
Okay.
So you're looking at the big candles and it fails. So I'm not interested in it because more than likely 90% of the time it's going to fail. And this is intraday. What did it do? It had a chance at squeezing, but then it failed. Now let's compare this to TTCM. So it's funny where everyone's like, wow, you're really on a hot streak. Like you're back on. And I'm like, I never was off. It's just waiting for the right play. So look at this chart on TTCM. There's no resistance here at all in the past 100 days. It's night and day, CEI versus this. CEI, straight down, very gradual downtrend, lots of failed spikes. I'll say it again. So, what this stock is a perfect breakout here. And this is why, this was last Friday, right?
Did you buy it there?
I did. It was fantastic buying it right here.
How long, what'd you hold it till?
I bought it at, or actually it wasn't even the first day, it was into the second day. It was, let's look. You can see, no, it was the first green day, my bad. I've traded a few times, but this was my best play July 12th. And I bought it at 9/10 of a penny, and I sold it, after the weekend at 1.38, making nearly 50%.
It gapped up or what?
It did. It gapped up.
That was a good
It
play.
would close pretty highly, but then it also gapped up. And I sold some into the close. So I pruned my position into the weekend. Didn't have to, but I like playing it safe.
How much did you make on it?
Like $3,000 on like on an $8,000 investment.
Sweet.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
but
real good.
Look at this chart. This was a perfect breakout above a penny a share.
Yeah, and it had you see the volume coming in
And then it just kept
on
going.
Friday.
And this is it. And it just keeps going. Okay? So that is the difference here where this just keeps going and going because there's no resistance. And the volume was huge and they had news that day. So it was a first green day with volume, with a catalyst, with a multi-month chart breakout. Everything was going for it. The one negative was that it was trading at just 1 cent. So it's usually a little too low for me. I don't like trading sub-penny stocks. They're a little unpredictable. So that's why I played it safe into the close. Just a little bit. I still held half my position, but I sold some, or roughly a third of my position before the close. But then I sold more. And then, if you actually go into the intraday, it gapped up, but then it also came down pretty hard. This was Monday. Right here. So this was the close on Friday. It was already spiking. It spiked in the morning, then it broke out past the intraday high, spiked into the close, got a big gap up on Monday, came back down to where it closed on Friday. It actually went red for a little bit, but then it failed at green to red, and then it squeezed. This is basically, this is nearly 100% rise and this was at
Monday was a
this was at 9:50 a.m. and this was at 1:20 or really 12:50. So in 3 hours it spiked 100%. And then, so I took advantage of that, right? I took advantage of the Friday spike into the Monday morning gap up, and then I did not partake in this 100% spike. Then it was kind of cool.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I watched it. And so I always watch stocks after I sell it because I want to see, did I nail it? Did I underestimate it? Did I overestimate it? I did well selling right, at the open because it tanked, but I underestimated how much more spike it had.
Yeah.
So good and bad, when I
How come you didn't dip by that panic? You like to dip by the panic.
Well, because a lot of the time you get these gapping craps and they just don't come back.
Oh.
So it didn't have news on Monday. Frankly, it surprised me. So I like being surprised. And when the stock spikes 100% with me not in it, that makes me think, oh, this has more to go. So I'm watching it here on Tuesday. On Tuesday, it's down a little bit, but it consolidates. Then here's on Wednesday. Show the chart for a second. Here on Tuesday, the low was like 1.2. On Wednesday, the low was 1.25. On Thursday, the low was 1.4. So you have this gradual kind of coiling price action here. And this is basically a little cup and handle. And so yesterday when I was in here, I was thinking, oh, it has a chance at breaking this previous high here of 1.97. So I was buying it in here at 0.017. So I was not waiting for the breakout. This is another thing. On a Friday afternoon, first green day, big volume, big catalyst, multi-month chart breakout, I like going long because all the indicators are in my favor. But on this one, if it is going to be a breakout, I'm not going to wait for the actual breakout like many people do. Some people are like, oh, okay, you're waiting for the breakout. I get it, I'll wait. What if it's a breakout and then it fails? Oftentimes, stocks, especially penny stocks, especially sub-penny stocks, break out a little bit, but it's not very convincing.
Yeah.
And then it falls. So if you wait for the actual breakout, you're basically setting yourself up. Sometimes you buy right into a brick wall, and then you get a hard crack. Remember yesterday? What was the stock that had a hard crack yesterday? OTLK. OTLK had a very nice morning spike right here, and it, right at the open, the high was like 285, and it got up to 290. So this is technically a breakout, but it was a weak breakout by just a few cents. And then what happened? You got a hard crack from 290 down to 250 in about 3 or 4 minutes. So to me, that's how scary a failed breakout is. When you're buying a stock that's already up a lot, a failed breakout can happen. So yesterday with TTCM, I did not necessarily want to buy, right at that breakout. Oh wait, it's a 5-day chart. I'm keeping in mind this previous high of 0.0197, but I'm also aware, what if it fails at 0.0197? So for me, I was just buying this in the 0.017s when it went red to green. I didn't have to buy. I wasn't looking for it. I mean, we posted the video of me looking, at stocks in the open. I didn't see anything. But when it went red to green, that led me to believe, oh, is today the day that it's going to spike up, and in anticipation of Friday, because last Friday was a big spike. So I'm thinking about last Friday, I'm thinking about what it wants to do. And if I buy it in the 0.017s, which I did, it could theoretically break out at 0.0197, let's just call it 2. It could break out at 2, or it could fail at 2. But because I'm in at 0.017, I'll have a profit. So even if it fails to break out, that's fine. As it turned out, at first it failed to break out, so I took profits. Because I was like, okay, double top, not going to do it. So I took profits in here, made a few $100. But then it broke out, and I rebought, because then I said, oh, shoot, I underestimated it again. And it broke out from basically 0.019 up to 0.022. So it doesn't look like much, but this is a 10% breakout. And then when we were talking, Brian and I were talking, and I was like, we were debating like whether I should hold it. Technically, it's a breakout. It should keep going. But then I also said, you know what? This stock is up. This is a sub-penny stock, so I know it's not my optimal kind of chart pattern. It's already up a ton. It did not have news on Thursday. So you have to remember this big spike from Friday into Monday, that was based on news. Yesterday, there was no news. It was just purely a technical breakout. So I respect the technical breakout, but I'm not going to be as aggressive because I'm just not sure. The news
makes sense.
The news was, they actually did have some news on their Facebook page where they issued or they submitted their augmented reality app for approval on the Google Play network. So they posted on their Facebook page. It wasn't a press release, but technically, it's a little news. It's not that strong. So when I had a profit here of roughly 10%, it hit my goals, and then I had a question: should I hold it or should I, get more aggressive? Should I average up? What should I do? And the answer was to sell it because it had already achieved everything I wanted. I like playing these things conservatively. And, yesterday I made roughly $2,000 on the day. So I anticipated the breakout. I was, right to take profits. I would take profits again when it failed the initial breakout. Then I was right to rebuy when the breakout proved that it could keep going. And then I think I was right to sell into the close. Even though today, theoretically I could have gotten out at slightly higher prices, but it also had a morning panic. And now it's hanging around.
Where did you buy yesterday the second time? Did you buy on the pullback?
0.0199. No, right as it was breaking.
Oh, right, it was just getting ready to break out.
Yeah, so I only got a partial position, 450,000 shares, but it was breaking this previous high. And then the question was like around a round number, like 2 cents a share, how is it going to act? And I didn't know the answer. So we got a breakout of 10%. I took it. Today, I guess it could have been like 15% if I timed it perfectly, but I probably would have been out in the morning panic anyways and not made much. So that was it. But I'm looking for multi-day, multi-week winners with big volume, with a news catalyst, no bag holders, over the weekend so the story spreads. There's literally thousands of tweets on this stock. The Investors Hub message board, which is full of idiots and pumpers, I think there's 100,000 messages on this stock. So it has the hype, it has the chart, it has the price action, it has the indicators, so I bought it.
And you saw that on Twitter?
Which?
You said that you saw there's hundreds of message boards? Or
there's thousands of tweets, and then some of them link to Investors Hub, so I clicked it, and it's like 100,000 messages on the Investors Hub message board.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's not like they're credible people. They're like the dumbest people in the world.
No, but people are interested.
Correct. Gamblers are interested. Trolls are interested. Lepers are interested. Financial lepers. And that's useful for a stock. I mean, I saw some tweets where they're like, it's trading at 2 cents. I'm not selling till it's $200, not 200 cents. Like, they literally want to make like thousands of times their money. That's their mindset, which is good. I want that idiocy. I want that naivete because they're not going to be selling anytime soon. They're so focused on some fucking outrageous, impossible goal. Even if it goes up to 3 cents, they're not going to sell.
Yeah.
Versus me, if it goes 2 or 3 cents, I'm out.
Yeah.
I make 50%, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
So let them not be competition. That's why I like low price stocks that get a lot of hype, because there's just not a lot of competition with the sellers. As opposed to CEI, where if it goes up even a little bit, there's so many bag holders from previous failed spikes and they're looking to get out in any spike that creates resistance. TTCM has no resistance. It's just gone up a lot. So you have a few profit takers. But that's my kind of a pattern, especially over a weekend. And that was a Friday afternoon. Today, this is why I wanted to review this. Today's a Friday afternoon. We don't have any setups like this. There's no perfect multi-month breakouts with the perfect indicator, with the news catalyst, with the big volume. So I do nothing. It's not that I've been so on, it's just I'm waiting for my play. When there's my play, I'm ready. When there's not my play, I do nothing. And that's tough. Does that make sense?
Avoiding the noise is an art in itself.
But this is also part of the reason why I travel. Like, some people are like, oh, you're just traveling. It's just like, it's to take me away. Because if I'm sitting at an office every day, I'm going to start trying different patterns and trying to do little things. Maybe I'll succeed, maybe I won't. But I'm putting in a lot of time and effort for very little reward. The way that I do this, waiting for these good plays, I don't have to work, frankly, as hard. Although it is a skill, it is hard to have patience. It's just a different kind of hard. I'm not doing like 7 webinars a day like this hairy motherfucker next to me.
I'm Manscaped. I bet you have more body hair than I do.
Zoom in on the hair on his face to prove that he's a liar.
Look, you probably shaved this morning. You look a little fuzzy.
No, I don't even know where my razor is. I'm too disorganized. That's the truth. But those are the kinds of plays that you wait for, when all the indicators are in your favor. And I sold it too soon twice, but then the third time my conservatism paid off. And each time I made like $3,000, then like $1,000, and then $1,000 on small dollar amounts.
Yes, this one is perfect example.
And that's it.
You did a perfect. Also be is perfect.
I wish all of them could be this perfect, but they're not. And if they're not that perfect, it's frustrating, it's time consuming. I don't want to trade it.
So is that also equivalent if no resistance, that means also is no back hold?
Correct.
And which has
I mean,
potential
it could still keep going, but I mean, TTCM is still not breaking out because even if there's no bag holders, it's up a lot, so there's going to be some profit taking. But you want as clear a path as possible, you know? You have to kind of picture like you're going down a highway, and if it's bag holders, there's like trees all in the way, and you have to swerve to miss them, as opposed to this highway, it's clear sailing all the way. So I like that, even though it's still, when they go up so much, they eventually come down. They can't just keep going up forever. TTCM, if they were smart, they should have put out a press release today to keep the momentum going.
This let me remember the KBLB.
KBLB, yeah.
Yeah, that one also almost 1 week.
KBLB, so this is
This
interesting, but look at KBLB. This is a perfect double top. Absolutely perfect. It does not get better than this. And this one had problems. I mean, I was long right in here. I was long big on this first green day. So this was a very similar first green day to TTCM, but this did not work out. So even though there was no resistance, and they had big news and big volume and a big move, a very similar type move. Like I think that was a Friday play too. And this did not work out on day 2. I still had a profit because I recognized the lack of gap up and I sold. So that's the kind of cool thing with the weekend plays. You hold it on a Friday, you're forced to hold it over the weekend because the market's closed, and then Monday you either sell into a gap up or you sell for break even or small loss. But you do not hold and hope. And this one, KBLB, was very frustrating because it actually broke out on day 8. Day 8 after the news, which is just weird. And then I didn't want to chase it. I tried dip buying it in here, but even the bounces on the dip buys didn't really work. So this one has just been, and then I went for the breakout here, and this one didn't work. So this whole run up, I really didn't profit that much on because it just didn't fit my rules perfectly. That happens sometimes, and that's okay. So you'll learn that from different stocks. You know, certain stocks, for whatever reason, they just don't follow patterns. So it's not like I'm going to go bigger and bigger when they don't follow my patterns. It's like I'm going to trade less and less, smaller and smaller. Say, okay, this one, there's something weird going on here. It's not following what I teach. That's the lesson. Study up! Hey, Tim Sykes, Millionaire Mentor and Trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.